the first one. We're back at GuruTattva, the first definitions of Guru that we went over. Today we want to discuss, also open the floor for questions. The Bhagavad Parampara, and there is the Diksha or Pancha-Tantrika Parampara. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. Let me show that picture. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he established Bhagavad Parampara very firmly. Before Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, also it was clear to many Vaishnavas what is the real Parampara. It is called Bhagavad Parampara. And what is the Parampara that is not valid or that cannot really help us in Bhakti? Established the Bhagavad Parampara. Our entire Parampara, Srila Gurudev telling, descended to this world. But Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was the most prominent Acharya of modern times. If he had not come, everything would have been transferred into Sahajiya Vad, wherein all its philosophies are Asat Sampradaya, outside the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. Sahajiya Vad. Can anyone explain what is Sahajiya Vad? Pushpadanta Prabhu.
There's several ways you can interpret that, but in general, it just means taking something very elevated and making it cheap. They were taking the highest concepts of Mahaprabhu and they were distorting or misappropriating. No, they were turning him into a just mundane experience. That's my understanding. Taking things very cheaply, what Mahaprabhu was giving. Instead of following in his line, how he was behaving as a devotee, they were taking the most esoteric teachings of Radha and Krishna and acting them out themselves. That's one idea. Sahajism. Maybe you can elaborate more.
Sahajiya Bhava. Well, I heard Sahajiya means light also. Make it light, make it easy. We have this understanding that this process is not so easy. And we try to, externally, we follow Rupa Goswami, and internally we develop this mood, we follow Srila Rupa Manjari internally. But these Sahajiyas, they do it externally. They put on sari, and perform this. What we try to develop internally, they already do this in this world externally.
Srila Gurudev explains Sahajiya is the natural, spontaneous, emotional relationship that we have with Sri Krishna. Here we are seeing Sahajiya Bhat. Here the meaning is that there is two types. There is natural, pure Sahajiya, and there is impure or material or Prakrita Sahajiya. That is called that we are not free from the bodily conception of life. We are always thinking we are this body, and we want to experience the transcendental emotional relationship with Sri Radha and Krishna through this material physical body. That is, we want that which is meant to be experienced. When we have obtained our spiritual body, we already want to experience it just now. It is like Gurudev telling, we all want to become Gopi. Yeah. Is it correct, Krishna Chandra Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You want to become Gopi?
Gopi.
Yes. We all want to become Gopi, but we should understand in this physical body we cannot become Gopi. In this physical body we can only obtain what? Gauranga, what can we do in this physical body? We can perform bhakti under the guidance, yes, Pastor Vijay.
By Gopi, are you including manjaris in that?
Yes, yes.
Because I don't want to be a Gopi, I want to be a manjari.
Yeah, manjari is pran gopi or nitya gopi. Yeah. Pran saki, nitya saki. Yeah, saki, gopi, another name. Yeah. 5 types of sakis, gopis, and 2 of them are manjaris. So we want to be manjari gopi. Gurudev said this is completely legal, that we want that. But to start thinking that we are gopi, this is illegal. To dress with sari for ladies, okay, but for male, it is very bad. Yeah. To associate with the opposite gender is very much, an obstacle or a impediment to progress in bhakti. We should be very careful how we relate with each other. This is part of Vaishnava etiquette also. Our previous acharyas, they were very strict. They would not allow ladies and gents to live in the ashram together. Actually, in Indian culture, there was no place even for ladies to live in the ashram. They would do their bhajan in their homes. But those who want to renounce the culture, varnashram society, they will be allowed to live in the temple and under the guidance of the Guru, the bona fide Gurudev. So who is taking this cheaply, the process of bhakti, who thinks that we are able to experience transcendental emotions as we have heard yesterday, that is called bhakti ras. Just now in our physical body we should experience that. They are called prakrita sahadya. And how it develops? We see here, if it wasn't for Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, then all Gaudiya line would have become like sahadya. Taking the things very cheap. Speak about the topics of ras, the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, very inappropriately in circumstances that are not favorable. It is described how we should discuss the higher topics of ras, like we touched upon that yesterday. It should be presented very carefully and not for general public, only for those who have sincere interest and who are developing their bhakti, who have become free from the material conception, the bodily conceptions of life. Are we in that category? Definitely. I can say for myself that I am not free from the bodily conceptions of life. But still I want to know something about this. So very carefully we should tread this process. Very, very, very carefully. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, one time his servant was observing how he was writing. In the early morning he would start at 2 o'clock, sometimes before that even. And he would start writing, dictating every day. And his personal servant at that time, he was watching through the door. There was a little gap in the door. How Srila Prabhupada was completely absorbed. I have also witnessed Srila Gurudev, when he would write, nobody can disturb him. If you have anything urgent, it better be urgent. So we were unable to disturb at any time in Guru. Only Mother Maharaj was able to check. Yeah. Gurudev was very kind. Yeah. He would always take the help by, because Sripad Mother Maharaj was so dedicated to look after Gurudev's physical welfare and also his spiritual, that he could be completely engaged in writing and speaking Harikatha. That was his only purpose. So Srila Prabhupada was intensely absorbed in writing, and his servant was looking, peeping through the door. And after some time, Prabhupada noticed, looked up after 15-20 minutes, said, "Huh?" Then his servant entered the door and he said, "Srila Prabhupada," he said, "what you are doing is so amazing." And he pointed at all the books in the cupboard. He said, "What you are giving us, it is beyond our ability to appreciate." Then Srila Prabhupada looked at him and he said, "You have no idea how much I have to concentrate, how much attention I have to give, in order to write these transcendental explanations, purports of the Bhagavatam shlokas, especially," he says, "so that you people can understand it and benefit from it." He said, "If I would write naturally, that is sahajya, if I would write naturally from my heart, very easy, I can present everything. But I have to be so careful, and we have heard, because we are seeking always in tamas and rajas especially, or a mixture, and sometimes a little goodness. If we arrive in a mode of goodness, then progress becomes very, very favorable. So the Diksha Parampara was firmly established in the ages before Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, the period before. But pure bhakti had turned into a very cheap imitation process. That they would keep the ashram, the sadhu, and he would keep some widow ladies with him, and they would look after all the necessities of the sadhu, and they would just do their practice of parakiya bhav or parakiya ras. Why it happened like that? It is described, this process is passed on from teacher to disciple, and it is completely bona fide. That each and every disciple has the responsibility to distribute and to assist his spiritual master or her spiritual master by attracting new flowers, new living entities to become part of the family of Sri Satchidananda Gaura Hari, and together progress on the path of pure bhakti. This is completely authorized. But it should be done in a proper way. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada says, very easy, simply repeat what the Acharya is telling. Don't add anything, don't change anything. Very easy. Gurudev said the same. He said, if you are qualified, you can take up this responsibility. He said, I want that at least my sannyasis should take up this responsibility to attract new devotees, to help them, because this world is bereft of Krishna Bhakti, and we need to help all. But Gurudev said, must be qualified. What is the qualification? Very easy. Don't change anything, and don't add anything. Very easy or very difficult? It is very difficult for those of us who are not, we will read that, completely in line with Sri Guru Padma. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he observed that like this, the spiritual master has many students, and not each student is qualified to understand the highest, postgraduate teachings of the spiritual master. what to speak. Not every student has the same adhikar also. We see in the example of Narada Rishi. He has many students. But are they all understanding the same teachings? One of his students is Dhruva, Dhruva Maharaj. He was a small boy, son of the king, and he was so upset that his stepmother, insulted him in front of his father. And he wanted to take revenge on his stepmother and his stepbrother. Stepmother told to Dhruva, you can only sit on the lap of your father if you take birth from my womb. He was sitting on the lap of his father. His father was caressing him very affectionately. His stepmother said, this is not meant for you, this is only for my son. He became so upset. He went to his mother and said, what is this? I am not the son of my father. He said, what can I do? Your father prefers the mother of your stepbrother more than me. And she has completely controlled your father by her beauty, her services. So what to do? Mother said to Dhruva, if you want to obtain anything that is very difficult to obtain, then must pray to God. Where is God? God is in the forest. He ran to the forest, 5 years old, and he prayed to God. He started praying. He started to perform austerities, and Sri Krishna heard his prayer. He is in the heart of all living entities. And he sent Narada Rishi to help him. And Narada gave him initiation. But did Dhruva obtain the highest wealth that Narada Rishi could give? Prahlad also, he obtained the association of Narada Rishi for 60,000 years in the womb of his mom. He heard all Bhagavatam, all devotional scriptures. And what was Prahlad's? What mercy did he receive from his spiritual master? Did he become Brajabhakta? But he got more than Dhruva. And other disciples of Narada Rishi. We can see in the month of Damodar, we are worshipping Damodar, Radha Damodar and Yasoda Damodar. And in these pastimes we are seeing that Narada Rishi, he cursed, Nalakuvira Manigriv. And what did they obtain? They obtained Brajiprem. They received the mercy of Sri Krishna himself. So what is the difference here? The difference is whatever adhikar we have, that will be the result, what we will obtain by association with sadhu, especially with Sadguru. If our Gurudev is bona fide, but we have not been able to realize that which he wants to give us, then even if we take some responsibility, telling, I am initiated by the Gurudev, now I am Guru. It is legal. I want to help those who come to me. It is completely legal. But until and unless we have completely obtained the transcendental wealth that our Guru Maharaj, our Sadgurudev, wants to give us. That is the only responsibility that Sadguru has. He wants to inject transcendental wealth. Gurudev explained, I don't want anything of this world. So how that process gradually becomes weakened and turns into a very cheap imitation. It is done through the Diksha Parampara. The Bhagavad Parampara is infallible. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, he firmly established Bhagavad Parampara. And we are very lucky. Gurudev telling, we are preaching and therefore they are somewhat stopped. Those who are not able to follow. If one is not serving his Gurudev, if he does not have strong belief in his Gurudev, and if he is not following his Gurudev's line of thought, such a person must be a Sahadya, as above mentioned. If Gurudev says to us, I want you to do this, and you say, Gurudev, I know you want that, but So many times she tells something else. Yeah. So I don't think I should follow. Yeah. Is that serving Gurudev? Is that following Gurudev? No. And then we take up responsibilities. Yeah. Why? Because if we do a little bhakti, what happens? If we chant Harinam every day, sincerely, and we practice following the four regulative principles, and we associate with sadhus, and we read daily scriptures, some bhakti will manifest. Yeah. And when bhakti manifests, yeah, whatever level it is, yeah, then so many things become available for that practitioner. Yeah. Bhakti has not fully manifest, but some good, yeah, qualities are manifesting in the devotee. Then followers, money, position, worship, everything will come. And we may become completely trapped in that area. And then what happens? We forget about our own bhajan, and always we are worried how to manage everything. How to look after all the arrangements that are necessary to facilitate, yeah, the followers, how they can come together in temple and take prasadam, have room, and yeah, practice. Yeah. And then I have to constantly help them, tell them how to practice, what not to do, what to do. And then in the end of the day, I have no time to chant my own rounds. I have no time to associate with high-class Vaishnavas, and my bhakti becomes stagnant. Yeah, in whatever level I have achieved that. So very dangerous. So Gurudev telling, it is coming nowadays, yeah, that those who are not following the line of their Gurudev, yeah, what is the line of Gurudev? Gurudev always absorbed in his own bhajan. He is never worried, yeah. Although he is worried, but he is only worried for one thing, yeah, how to fulfill the order of his Gurudev, yeah, and always remembering the relationship that he has with his Gurudev, never compromising with the material energy. This is the symptom of true Acharya. You can go to the next one. So Gurudev is telling, I want a revolution like this. We should come to the real path, in the real sense. Krishna will arrange for someone to come after me. And after that, anyone else will come. And this will not be ruined. The world will be ruined. But this line is eternal. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said that this line is eternal. Someone from any group will come. What is the problem? If we follow this idea, yeah, there is no problem. But we see in the world that those who are extremely worried for followers, for buildings, for worship, yeah, for their bank balance, they are in the majority. They have the biggest following. Yeah. So we may sometimes think, oh, maybe I'm in the wrong group. Yeah. I should be in that group where there are so many good facilities, such nice preparations are there, comfort, everything. What is the real, yeah, position that we should be worried about? Yeah. We should be worried about that area which is connected with pure bhakti. And Gurudev mentioned, if we go to the market, we find many shops that sell imitation jewelry. Also we find shops that sell diamonds, very costly diamonds. And if you look in the shop where there is imitation, what you will see? Many, many customers. If you go to the shop where there are diamonds, only few are interested, because they are able to pay the price. So who is willing to pay the price to obtain pure bhakti are those who are only concerned about one thing. I want to obtain the highest association. I want to obtain Sat Gurudev. I want to have his association and learn from my Gurudev how to perform bhakti. As Gurudev was telling, I don't want money, I don't want worship. I want only one thing, that you become absorbed in your bhajan. Especially, Navami Nandanandana, Munendra Vrindavamite, Triloka Shoka Harime. Srila Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada wanted to give this. But he saw the condition of the devotees, who came to him. So he had to think very deeply and very expertly. He presented a process that was easily and very attractive, for everyone. And by his love and affection, he attracted so many beautiful souls and turned them from hippies into happies. But all these devotees, out of them, many became very responsible in the mission of their Guru Maharaj. They started to give initiation and attract so many followers. And then they met our beloved Gurudev and came to our Gurudev, and they had so many questions, very interesting and very helpful to listen to these beautiful conversations. They are online available. Then we can hear that Gurudev very carefully, he guides them that we must practice our own bhajan. If we do not practice our own bhajan, we cannot be successful in Krishna Bhakti, and we will go in that area which is the material world, whether it is with sincere interest or insincere interest. We know that the road to hell is paved with many sincere interests, many sincere endeavors. So it requires the most essential ingredient is called Bhagavat Parampara. This must be never minimized, Bhagavat Parampara. It is the wealth of our Guru Parampara, Guru Tattva. So Gurudev says here, the world will not be ruined, but this line is eternal. Always there will be the pure devotee. And if we pray for the pure devotee to make his appearance, certainly Krishna will arrange that, certainly. Now we will continue reading, but if anyone has any questions up till now, they can ask questions. Adam,
can you define Sahaji a little? Is it only people who dress up as gopis? What if I read Upats and Deshamrita, and I go to Radhakund and I do bhajan there, right there where Raghunath Das Goswami did bhajan, and I chanted every day, but I wasn't under guidance, but I was going, is this still Sahaja? Is this favorable for my bhakti? Will this help me? Will I?
So Bhakti Adam is telling, what exactly can we define a little better what is Sahaja? Gurudev mentioned the previous. If we do not carefully follow, if we do not have strong belief, if we do not serve our Gurudev, then we are in that area which is called, must be a Sahaja, as above mentioned. If we follow our own mental speculation, even we may go to Radhakund and sit in front of Raghunath Das Goswami Samadhi, Bhajan Kutir, and we chant every day, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakhs. It is not the proper process, but it may be helpful. That just like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he told when they were asked how to recognize a Vaishnava, he said anyone who is chanting Harinam, we should honor that person. And then he mentions that it is not obligatory to take initiation. We can chant Harinam without being initiated and progress. Get rid of the reactions of our sinful activities and obtain liberation. But if we want to become serious about bhakti, then we must accept initiation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu telling the next year. But those of us who are not so much inclined to take initiation, no harm, we can still progress. Also those of us who are not so much inclined to embrace the teachings of Sri Gurudev. It is not Gurudev's teachings. These are the eternal teachings of Sri Krishna. But we must be under guidance in the association of Tat Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upadekshanti Te Dakyana Jnaninas Tattva-30Jan15a. Those who have realized the truth. If really I am serious about my own spiritual development, then I cannot do but desire to have the association of someone who is completely realized. So if your intention going to Radhakund, chanting Harinam, that please Krishna help me. Give me the inspiration, the intelligence to do what is necessary in order to obtain Krishna prema. Certainly you will be housed. So that may be very favorable. Yeah. But if you have already accepted a pure spiritual master, you have received initiation from a pure spiritual master, and he has given you clear direction how to progress in bhakti, and then you decide, let me go to Radhakund and chant 3 lakhs of Harinam in front of the Samadhi, and this is my next installment. This is what I have to do. Then we have to be very careful. Did Gurudev order us to do that? Did he show by his own example that we should do that? Yeah. Actually, this is very important teaching, because our acharyas, by their own example, they do teach the things that we need to know. One time, our Gurudev, in the 60s, he went to Govardhan, and he gave up his responsibilities in the Math in Mathura. And he did parikrama every day, chanting 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh, and studying Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he was not interested in anything, but his bhajan, his chanting, and his parikrama. Then what happened?
How long was it?
For a few months. Then what happened? His own Gurudev came to him and told him, what you are doing, he said, it is very good, but he said, you will not get the result that you want, Krishna prema. He said, if you follow my order, then I will give you my complete mercy, and you will obtain everything that you need to obtain. And Gurudev at once, he followed the order of his Gurudev and returned to Mathura and started to follow all the responsibilities that his Guru Maharaj had given him. Is it clear? Okay. Yes.
Just one thing more maybe we've heard about Sahajis, that Srila Rupa Goswami has given this process, beginning with Shraddha. Srila Rupa Goswami has given the process, how to enter bhajan, beginning with Shraddha, then Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartana Vritti, Nishta Ruchi, and so on. So, a Sahaja is one who Sahaja actually means easy, so it means very easy process. Even before going through all these stages step by step, and going through the process of Anartana Vritti, where all our lust, anger, greed, envy, delusion, malice, everything, pride is gone, then we can jump before the stage of Ruchi.